Well, hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at a Bachmann recent release. This is the Bachmann DCC and Sound Value Class J steam locomotive number 611. This is a streamlined steam locomotive, and the real thing is actually out there running excursion service. I've actually got some video clips from that embedded in this video from a trip I recently took to ride behind 611. We're going to take a look at this product here, most recent release again from Bachmann, and it's going to have an MSRP of $429, but your actual price that you're more likely to pay at brick and mortar hobby shops and online retailers is around $250. So let's see what you get for this locomotive, because a $250 sound equipped steam locomotive sounds like a good deal. Let's see if it actually is in the review, starting next. Alright, let's unbox this. This is one long box. Taking some feedback from you guys regarding paperwork, so we'll skip it this time. It actually has an interior sleeve that didn't slide out with it, but that's all the paperwork: a quick start guide, DCC, locomotive operation, etc. I'll put the box aside and we'll look at the actual locomotive, which is already in one case, the gloss finish. Got some hard plastic surrounded by some softer plastic to protect the locomotive. So it's kind of dangling off the edge here. Now, out of the box, it is already all connected and ready to go. Alright, I found something to put on the locomotive, or put the locomotive on, so that we can take a closer look with everything connected without disconnecting everything. On the front, you've got a dual beam headlights that are LEDs, number boards on each side, little headlight electrical plumbing under the headlight there, handrails that are metal along the sides. You've got the pilot, which is fixed to my knowledge, pilot coupler swing. I don't think that actually swings out a coupler. Just double checking there. I'm sure you can install it. Maybe we'll take a look at that later. You've got a smokestack. Smoke doesn't operate. Classification marker lights don't operate. You have the handrails, metal handrails that go along the side there. You've got the running boards with a safety tread on them going along the side. You've got the pilot trucks and trailing trucks and the drivers in between. This is a 4884 configuration. That's 4 there, 8, and then 4. I'm sorry, not 4884, but 484, just like number 844. Steam locomotive there, same wheel configuration. Towards the back you have vents that are molded in place, roof vents that don't open but are molded in place. You've got valves up top here. I'll show you the up top detail next. A lot of plumbing along the side here, handrails that are metal and separately applied, handrails to the cab. Windows appear to be fixed. There is a cab interior. Like I said, drawbar and electrical cord already hooked up, but you can unhook it if you'd like. It is something you can unhook. And there is light boiler backhead detail inside the tender, a little hard to see, or inside the locomotive I should say. A little hard to see from this standpoint. The white balance I think is throwing a lot of stuff off, but there is boiler backhead detail. You've got a coal load in the rear here, which I will swing around. Uneven, kind of realistic, because it's tapered off in the front where the coal is actually being depleted from. Also on the tender you've got a water hatch up top, a rivet detail, a ladder that is installed there, and a toolbox. Rear light, another ladder, metal grab irons there, the Bachmann coupler on the back that's plastic. So, like I said, a gloss finish there. But overall, that's kind of the gist of this locomotive. I know I'm zoomed in, but with everything being one piece connected right now, Instead of disconnecting it, I'm just trying to show you it all together on the turntable here. The Vanna White table, whatever you want to call it. But you can see the light reflecting off the gloss finish pretty well. We're going to take a look at the roof detail and then move on to other things. Alright, roof detail, you've got the smokestack, relief valves, bell. That's all mounted up top. And I hear the bell on the real thing is actually mounted under the skirting or somewhere up front. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but the coal load there, I can show you now better how that's depleted. Roof vents, like I said, were fixed positions. And some of the detail on the top of the tender there. Alright, I'm applying track power. I'm going to go directly from the decoder or the quick start guide to show functions of the decoder. You may actually hear stuff in the meantime as I'm shutting off certain functions. Alright, we're going to check the headlight first. It's a nice golden appearance. One is bell. Two is whistle. Three is short whistle. Four is a steam release. Six would be smoke if it was equipped. Our number boards, looks like there's no smoke equipped in this like I had mentioned before. 7 is dimmer, which works fine. 8 is mute. Just did a quick lights off check to see if the number boards are lit. They are not, so just something to be aware of. We're going to go ahead and move this locomotive. 5 speed steps forward, 5 speed steps back. Slow motor check. Out of the box, there's one. Some hesitation there. 2. 3. 4. 5. Looks like the hesitation works out about 5 or 6 speed steps. Do a longer test in reverse here. 1. 2. 3. Chuffs start at 2 speed steps, I've noticed. 3. 4. Zoom in on those drive wheels for you. 4. 5. Or 4 chuffs per resolution, per revolution, which is correct. There's 6, and 7, and 8. Take one more pass, just real quick at 8 speed steps. I think that's about where all the hesitations worked out. Yeah, about 8 to 10 speed steps is where all the hesitation is worked out of the system. Gonna check pulling power now. Noise is basically the wheels grinding on the rails, not motor noise. Looks like 2.8. So that's about close to 40 to 42 regular sized HO scale cars, freight cars for passenger service. That'll easily take care of any prototypical length passenger train. Alright, coupler height check, rear only since the front doesn't have a coupler height gauge. Looks like that was actually, they were kind of fighting there for a second. There we go. There's your coupler height. Alright, we're going to pick this up now, take a look at NMRA wheel spec standards, and also get a peek of where the speaker is on the tender. Check the wheel specs, they look good. Good, good, good. Good on the trailing trucks. Drive wheels are important here. And pilot trucks, all good on an MRA wheel. Alright, we've got the weight here. Let's see, we're gonna go, it's like 1.6 pounds, that's 1 pound 10 ounces, 26 ounces, 735 grams, 0.735 kilograms. So there you have the weight of the locomotive, pretty hefty steamer with the tender, of course, that's the weight. It's not like massively heavy, but pretty good and seems pretty durable as well. Well guys, that's going to do it for the review of the Bachmann Class J steam locomotive with DCC and sound value. Again, it's a Soundtrax value decoder with some limited functions. We went through all the functions, didn't mess with any of the CVs. This is what you get out of the box. Notes on the locomotive, I think it's a very good locomotive considering the price. A lot of people fall in the trap of never considering price. They just bash a product based on, you know, it doesn't have this or doesn't have that, and they're comparing it to other products that cost several $100s more. This specific locomotive is nearly, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that, at least $100 less than any other Class J steam locomotive I've seen out there in street price. So you're going to get a nice value locomotive for that price. With that said, what does it have different from other locomotives that are more expensive? Not a whole lot. It still has sound, still runs pretty well, still pulls decently enough to have a decent sized passenger consist or a long freight consist if you wanted to use it as 611 freight. It doesn't have a deck plate extending from the cab to the tender. I mean, that's kind of it, but other than that, there's not a whole lot that separates it from the competition, so I would heavily consider this locomotive if you're budget friendly or if you just don't mind a couple of differences. I mean, $100 is a lot of money to pretty much everybody, especially in the difference of a model. With that said, I'm going to leave you with a run by of this locomotive at my grade crossing again, because some of the other layout area is covered up with a long consist I'm too lazy to put away. But we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.